Hello, and welcome back to the Mondovi line. We're going to do a little overview of what I've accomplished this month. There is the peninsula you see right in the middle, above my workbench. The original layout was Mondovi, right there on that side. And the expansion was Osseo, Wisconsin, on the other side of the room. And that's the staging yard wrapping around into the other room. That's the staging yard. Comes around here and curves into Osseo. Osseo hasn't changed this month. We did some operations, a couple small details here and there, but pretty much has stayed the same. At the end of Osseo, we make this curve around here to the peninsula, and we are in Strum. And I'll give you a quick look of the whole track plan down Strum, and then come back for the details. So for now, I'm just placing industries along the line. So the inside track is the industry track, and the runaround track here with one more spur. So at the end is the Strum mill, and I'm researching it now. I think it was a flour and feed mill, and I have no real pictures of it, so I'll have to do a little more research and see if I can kit bash. At one point there were 4 elevators, and I think there were 3 left over by the time my era of the 1950s, and I'm not sure if they were all in use or not, but I'm going to put 3 of them there, so I'll have 3 car spots. And I have this ice house, and I think I'm going to kit bash that into a wooden grain elevator, because there's no ice house on the Mondovi line. So this depot was my father's from his layout. I think it's a Chicago Northwestern design. So I may see if I could use it for Strum with some painting and detailing. But that'll be here along with a little LCL team track platform. The Reed Murdoch company had pickle salting stations in 3 of the 4 towns. This box is marked Osseo because I used one part of it. I used this platform here in Osseo, but the main building and the other 8 pickle vats are still to be built. So I may be able to use that for a small pickle station here. The O&N lumber yard is going to go here, and that's going to be this laser kit transfer building. I'll be able to fit that in here sideways and have 2 car spots. Next to that's going to be the co-op stockyard. I have a drawing of what it used to look like, but I don't have any photos. So I'll be able to scratch build a accurate or close to accurate Strum co-op stockyard right here with a couple of car spots. There were also 3 oil dealers, and we're going to make them right here. I have overhead photographs of the oil dealers, so I know who had vertical tanks, who had horizontal tanks, and how many tanks there were. This was all on one long spur, but since I don't have the room for one long spur, I put a little end track at each side, so it'll give me a little more operational fun. When I come out of Strum, there's a 180-degree curve here. It's going to be all hills and trees, so you cannot look down the train. It'll be a view blocked at the end, semi. Right here on this curve, and right here on this curve, there's going to be a short trestle bridge. I already have the bends built for that. Next, we come into town of Eleva. Eleva had one runaround track, and I extended one little spur off the end to get the business that wouldn't fit on the runaround track. So at this side of town, there was the Equity Exchange, which was a grain elevator and some other buildings. So I'll be able to construct something like that. I'll probably build another one of these grain elevators from American Model Builders and use that as part of the complex. The depot and team track go in between the two tracks, and I purchased a HRM Laser Models Oostburg depot, which is close enough to Eleva. With some modifications, I'll be able to get a good depot there. Then behind the depot in Eleva was the O&N Lumberyard, and I'll be able to build another wood structure to put there. It'll be something like this one that I just borrowed from Mondovi. This one is scratch built. I can probably just build 1/3 of it for the shed, like right here, and have a couple of car spots there. And then next to the lumberyard, there was a good size Stockyards. Beef River Co-op had a stockyard here and a barn next to it. I'm assuming the barn was for storing feed in, but I haven't seen any photos of it. So I will make something like the one I have in Mondovi. This is the scratch-built stockyard I made in Mondovi. It's more of a kit bash because I took a Campbell livestock pen that was broken up, bought it at a train show and put it back together and doubled it, built a shed, but that will work. And then here at the end of Eleva, we'll have the Maple Valley Pickle Salting Station on this 3-foot piece of track, and there'll be enough room then for a couple of car spots, and it can be used for switching at times too. And I will buy another pickle salting station like this one here. Here's 2/3 of the kit from Mondovi, moved over here, and that'll make a good car spot. And there will be a road running along the front edge of Eleva, a little modeler's license, just to have a nice little road so I can put some billboards and some vehicles, and that will turn here and cross into Mondovi. Now the 180-degree turn here I had going to Mondovi, I was having problems with, and my locomotive kept derailing at a certain spot, and I just wasn't happy with it. So I pulled out the track and I cut some new cork I haven't glued it down yet, and I'm gonna solder some flex track. So right in the middle, we'll bend it around and it'll meet the switch here in Eleva, and it'll meet the switch here in Mondovi. So that's my next project, is to finish that before I could run any trains again. And then Mondovi pretty much is the same. I've been really busy on the peninsula, so I may have thrown a couple details here and there, done some operations in Mondovi, moved some vehicles and people around just for fun, spotted some more cars at the cannery back there in Land O'Lakes, but otherwise it hasn't really changed a whole lot. So that's where I am for August of 2024. Thanks for coming by and checking out my progress. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment if you want, and have a good rest of the month. Thanks.